What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the vlog. Today should be a good day. Hopefully, fingers crossed, today will be a good day. I'm moving soon, so things are kind of have to speed up with a lot of the things that I had planned. One of which would be starting the Skyline. Obviously, the Skyline's been sitting here, and I did start relocating the battery from the engine bay to the trunk. But with everything that's going on, and the battery I've had has been sitting around for months in the bake sun of my shed, not sure if it's going to work. And at the same time, because I haven't started the Skyline in so long, I'm not sure it's going to start either. So what we're going to do today is I'm just going to give in and buy a Prius battery. And I already put one on hold. AutoZone is holding it for me. I went online, checked. Supposedly it'll work. I'm really hoping that the terminals are correct. It should be. I don't know if we'll find out when we get there, obviously. And if they don't, I don't know what else to do other than just completely start cutting things. The reason why I want to get a Prius battery is I want to start the car. It hasn't started in about a year and a half, almost 2 years. So it needs to be started, and that's my current situation that I'm in. But yeah, so that's the goal today. Let's start the Skyline. I'm gonna go get a battery. There's a couple of things that I want to do. The TC, there's something I have to change on the TC, so we're gonna do that as well. But the main goal today is to start the Skyline. And if it starts, cool. If it doesn't, we're kind of in a situation, and we're going to have to figure out why it doesn't start. But hopefully the battery terminals will work. And as long as they work, we should be good to go on starting the Skyline, and it will get its first startup in a year and a half. So we're off to Lowe's, and then from Lowe's we're going to AutoZone, probably grab food, come back here, and work on that. So yeah, let's hop on the TC, and we'll head out to Lowe's right now. This is what we came to Lowe's for. I'll explain this later. We have more important things to do. Let's go. Coffee, and then more important things to do. Alright guys, I'm all dirty. We got back. I ate lunch real quick. Started working on the car shows video from the other day, and now it's time to get to business. I was able to get a battery from AutoZone. Looking at the post itself, these should fit a lot better. So for those of you who want to know what Duralast battery, if this does work, that's what I have for the Duralast battery. Like I said, it should work. There's actually a review on AutoZone's website for a R32 Skyline GTS4, and this battery works. So hopefully with these small posts, it'll work. And the battery is big enough that it should just fit. I have so much stuff in the way. It should fit in here and be able to be held down without issues. So I'm gonna get all the stuff in here. I have the hold down right there. Not sure where the bolt is for that, or yeah. So we'll see. Let me put this in here, get it all set up, and then I'll set the camera and see if it starts first time. Was that first try? I definitely think I need gas. This gas has been sitting here for 2 years. It definitely needs gas. I have a quarter tank of gas. It desperately needs gas. The battery's in here. I didn't put the tie down on it. I'm stupid. Everything sounds good. Doesn't look like there's any oil leaking. I think, guys, I think first startup in 2 years. And it started almost right up. And it sounds to be running clean. sound speed running pretty good, so that's good. Doesn't sound like it's doing anything weird. I'm gonna let it warm up. Like I said, it's first oil change. Um, First oil change that we did on it. You guys were around for that one, and it hasn't been started since then. So it definitely needs a little bit of time to warm up, and then maybe I'll rev it for you guys. Alex wants me to drive it around the street. I want to drive it around the street. I don't have the. You know what? I should probably put the license plate on, at least therefore I'm not too bad when I'm driving around the street. But I mean, I have no fenders, corner lights, or bumper, or yeah, any of that stuff. So literally, I'm just gonna drive around the block. I have a quarter of a tank, not gonna go too far. I might have Alex bring over his 5-gallon tank. This way, we don't have to bring it to the gas station and risk anybody seeing it right now. So, but yeah, so I'm gonna let this warm up. I'm gonna try to mount the battery. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to, but we will try to mount the battery up with this, and I'll probably turn off the car before I close the hood because I feel like this is sitting pretty high. So we'll yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna let it run for a little bit, turn it off, check everything, and then we'll maybe go take a ride around the block. As you guys can see, I did start running the battery to the trunk. That's why the fenders are off. So that process is started. I just want to start this because, like I said, I am moving, and this car has to move with me. So we just had to make sure that it starts, and God only knows that battery that's been in our shed still works. So yeah, I'm gonna let this run, get move stuff out of the way, and go from there. As I'm sure you guys could tell, I'm wearing a different shirt. I was going to turn off the car, mount the battery in, you know, figure it out, and just drive around the block. But when I turned off the car, it started leaking. And it wasn't just like a minor leak, it was just leaking like crazy. And I don't know what it is, if I remember to put the pictures in that I think it might be coming from, or it's just where it's just like damp and saturated and stuff like that. If I remember to put it in, I'll put it in on the screen. I don't know what it is. Talking to Alex, he's not really sure. I talked to somebody else who had an R32 that was local. He said that he's not really sure what it might be. So no one's really sure, and unfortunately the only thing to do at this point is literally just start to tear it down. Like I said, unfortunately with me moving, I don't think that's going to happen now. I'm not sure if it's gonna happen. I don't know. Right now, there's just too many variables with moving and stuff like that. So I have no idea what I'm doing. Also, I would need Alex here because I know computers, cars. They're a completely different world, and I just can't say that I like 100%. I know what the issue is. But yeah. And obviously, I'm not going to tear it down myself because I will break things, forget where they go, and it's just going to be a big ordeal. So, car started, good, sounds good, everything like that. It's leaking. As a description of the leak, it's I want to say it's yellow, but it doesn't smell like antifreeze. It might be brown. Doesn't feel like oil, doesn't have the consistency of oil. Not sure if it's brake fluid, which would make sense because technically the brake fluid reservoir is empty again, but then again I don't really know. And then on top of that, it's pulling kind of on top of the motor, on top of the transmission or the front diff. So I'm not really sure what it is. It might be power steering related, which would explain the Hicus and why the Hicus is acting up and this and that. So there's a lot of stuff, and we're not going to be able to figure it out until, unfortunately, we start tearing it down. Just looking at it, we're just not going to be able to figure it out. So we're going to have to figure out how to move this. Obviously, I could drive it. It's probably not safe to drive, so it might be just enough to us to be able to get onto a trailer. I'll rent a trailer, and we'll move it. And hopefully, before the winter time happens, we'll be able to figure it out what exactly the issue is. Yeah, So hopefully we'll figure that out. I know Alex's dad is really good with cars, so maybe we'll bring it down to him, see if he can give us some type of assistance. Um, I'm sure he'd love to take a look at this and just figure it out. But yeah, um, I don't know what to do with the car right now. Kind of, I've kind of feel defeated. I don't want today to go to waste, but I feel like it has. So, what we're gonna do instead, I'm gonna try to fix my fog lights. I talked to Chris, Wolf TC2 something on Instagram. I talked to him, and let me explain. So, you know what? Let me go over the car and we'll talk. Okay, so I have aftermarket fog lights. All right, it's right here, the wiring harness. It's actually tucked in through the back, through the firewall, that red wire back there. I had the fog lights installed for 3, 4, 5 years, something like that. Something stupid. It's a Windjet aftermarket fog lights. It's worked. I've never had issues until now. So my current issue is the fuse. I just replaced the fuse with another one, thinking maybe it was just fuse related. But after replacing the fuse, because the last fuse had a lot of corrosion on it, of course now it's not going to work good now. Alright, so I don't know if you guys will be able to tell, but this fuse is already starting to corrode. Now, I'm not sure what causes this, but what Chris was saying, that because it doesn't seem to have a good contact while in the holder, as you can see it's all corroded and everything in there. It doesn't look like it has a good contact in the corrode in there, so therefore this is just going to continue to happen. And my fog lights don't stay on 100% of the time. They'll turn on for a little bit, and then like I'll drive, hit a bump, and it'll turn off. So we think that it's the actual holder itself. What he said to do is to cut out the holder and add a new one. So we went to Lowe's today and got a new one. And the good thing is this one is waterproof. So yeah, so I have things to be able to. I'm gonna cut that one off. Check the wire, cause actually, Chris says that even though it might just be the contacts, but to check the wire too that the contacts are attached to. If the way the electricity goes through it, it's kind of like it's on off, and it's kind of just, it might have not only messed up the contacts for the fuse, but also potentially the wiring. So I think what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to disconnect as much wire. It looks like it's electrical taped on there, so I'm going to disconnect as much wire as I can. I'm just going to lop it off, check the wire. If the wire is good, I have these little connectors. I don't have them with me right now, and I'll be able to tap onto both of those, make it a nice clean connection, and hopefully my fog lights will work. Fingers crossed this will fix it. There's one time I cleaned my engine bay, and I actually broke that, which controls the on-off for the fog lights. So yeah, so hopefully that will be able to fix this, and I won't feel so defeated today. So let's get to that, and we'll talk to you guys in a little bit. What's going on, guys? So today was just a very defeating day. I want to get this. I want my fog lights back. They haven't worked for God knows how long. I wanted to get them fixed today. Unfortunately, the pieces that I need to be able to connect this wire to that wire, because you don't want to just start wrapping wires around each other. You want to do it correctly the first time and do it the first time correctly. I don't have the pieces. I already looked on AutoZone. AutoZone doesn't have the pieces, so I'm gonna order them off of Amazon. And hopefully Amazon has the pieces, and I don't have to wait for them for 3 weeks. But yeah. That's going to be it for today, guys. I know this video is kind of all over the place, and it feels like nothing really got done. But the skyline is started. That's one good thing. We're going to work on the TC. We're going to fix the fog lights. I guess I should let you guys know now Um, the TC is going in for V2, and it's going to happen very, very soon. Um, we're going to make it more of a daily. As much as we like to have the camber in the rear and, to have these, not so stretched but stretched tires, we're going to change all of that. Next season, it's going to be completely different. I am going to be ordering snow tires for the stock wheels because I am not driving around in these wheels all winter long. Just doesn't make sense for anything at that point. Snow tires are coming soon for the TC. We're just gonna go back on the stocks for the winter. It's not gonna happen like tomorrow that I'm going back on the stock wheels. It's gonna happen probably October, mid to late October. That's when the stock wheels will go back on. Or if it snows, can't go anywhere. -7 degrees of camber is not gonna help me. So yeah, stay tuned, you guys, for V2. V2 is gonna be happening fairly soon. There's a lot of stuff we want to do to it. It's not gonna be for this season, V2, but we're gonna start getting it there, and then next season we'll finish V2. And once V2 is finished, I'm not spending any more money on that car anytime soon because that thing really, really needs the love and affection. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna end it here. Today just feels like it was kind of like a down day. At least we got the car started. We know it works. If it's leaking, but so what? Yeah. As for the TC, let me know if you guys are ready to see V2 and maybe ideas. If you guys want to give me some type of ideas for V2, I do have more stuff on order for that car. I'm just waiting for it to come in, which reminds me, I have to get the address changed. But yeah, I'm all dirty from being underneath the car. But yeah, anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next one, which will probably be very, very, very soon. So, talk to you guys later.